Hello, can I please speak to Tracy?
Yep, this is Tracy.
How you doing? This is Ron Bumblefoot.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, how you doing?
Not too bad. My allergies are a little crazy today, so if you can't hear me at all, let me know.
So where are you located?
I'm just outside Detroit, actually.
Oh, okay, yeah, we were just over there.
Yeah, actually, I was at that show. It was a really great show.
Oh, nice, great, good. I'm glad you enjoyed.
Let me grab my stuff here. Yeah, how have the tour been going so far for you guys?
Oh, it was fantastic. We just totally bonded, and every show just got better than the last. Really, it was a good one to really work out the kinks.
Yeah.
And the difference between that first show and gear screwing up and just getting coordinated, and by the end we're reading each other's minds and have that intuition and running on the autopilot. Fantastic, and just had a blast on the tour bus. We all got along, the band and crew, just like a bunch of good friends.
And what do you feel like it kind of is about this particular lineup right now that's just working so well with all of you guys?
Oh, why is it working? Well, it's been a 1.5 year relationship that on the upswing. It's the album came out, we got our first tour, and everybody completely delivered, and that's a big part of it. You know, we all, with a band, it's like a platoon. You know, every single person has to deliver or you lose. And we were a strong team, all of us. And I'll experience as well. You know, we've been through a lot. There's nothing that's new to us anymore when it comes to touring or making an album, any of that stuff. And I don't think we would have done this band if we didn't get along and if we didn't have the chemistry and couldn't work together. So if anything, getting on the road just enhanced everything that was positive about the relationship between us all.
And kind of when you were in the studio recording this album, the fact that you guys all have kind of done your own thing on this, that you've all had that experience, did you find that helped when you were in the studio as well?
The studio, we worked well. We got it done. And also, just from all our experiences, we understand what it's like. I mean, between me and Scott, really all of us, we dig so deep, it's painful. It's like doing surgery on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Just, there could be hours where we're just pacing the floor in frustration, just trying to search our souls to find the right word or the right melody that perfectly explains what we're trying to say or the emotion that we're trying to convey. And all of that, you go through that together. It is not something you go through comfortable together, but you come out of it stronger together.
Do you enjoy this? I mean, it's kind of, you're turning around. You've been out when you were touring Guns N' Roses. You're playing these stadiums across the country, and now you're playing this club. You're kind of turning it around a little bit and starting back. Do you enjoy being able to do that?
I do. I mean, even when I was playing in Guns, I was still doing other shows where it would be either an acoustic show with Guns or a small crowd, or doing my own things and doing a lot of clinics and master classes and workshops, things like that. I mean, I don't judge by the size of the crowd. You do what you do, and everybody matters. If there are only 10 people in front of you, you give those 10 people the experience of a lifetime. That's just how it is. That is what is in your blood as a musician, as a performer. It's not like, if anything, honestly, I enjoy the little shows better because they're personal.
Yeah.
And you lose that when there's a big barrier separating everybody and the people at such a distance. You try and throw a guitar pick to them, and it blows away in the wind. That sounds. When you can just smack people's hands and hand them stuff. A lot of times at my own shows, I'll pull people on stage, I'll just jump into the audience and play right in the audience. I love that connection. That's something that you can miss if you don't get enough of that. You start feeling very disconnected, sterile, robotic, and you need that. It keeps it real, and as the performer, it keeps you engaged in enjoying it as much as you would want the audience to.
And I think with this particular lineup, I mean, the passion that you guys all, you talked about being in the studio and having that, but I think live that definitely translates too, just because, like you said, even it's a smaller room, you're still feeling that almost kind of energy that you would see even out in a stadium show.
Oh, absolutely. You give what you give.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you hit the stage, that light switch flicks on, and you're juiced up, and you have all the energy, the power, however many people are in front of you, and more. That's just what you do. It's in your genetics.
And kind of when you look at, for people that maybe haven't had a chance to really look at the music or check out the band yet, what do you kind of want them to know about this particular band?
What do I want them to know? Someone that knows nothing about it. I don't know. It's tricky for me because I'm inside it. And it's hard to get that outside perspective and looking from the outside and seeing what they know, what they don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess you look at, there's people that are going to know, they think of John and they think Disturbed and that type of music, or they think about Creed, or, they think with you, your type of music. So, I mean, I guess what do you feel maybe stands out about this one, maybe?
Well, I think they get what they might expect. You can hear Moyer's Disturbed roots. You can hear that modern, edgy groove that he has. Scott, you can't miss his voice.
Mm-hmm.
You hear, it's him. And what he does comes from him, whether he's doing it with Creed or whether he's doing it with Anarchy or his, solo work. He is always him. He's true to his identity, and he integrates that, or it becomes integrated into whoever he's playing with and the music that they're making. With me, the same thing. We all play for the song. The song comes first, but we're also the ones that made the song and make it sound like it does. So ultimately, if I could just strip away all the nonsense and blabbery that I'm saying, we're just being ourselves, and we're doing it together. And that combination, what you would imagine is what it would be. I always think of it like food. I always think of music like food, and that the people in a band are like spices, and a particular dish is just gonna have that flavor. Those spices. Like if one person is salt, one person is pepper, one person is brain fart, can't think of another spice. Name a spice.
That's a good question. I'm blanking right now too, but
it could be cayenne pepper. It could be coriander, nutmeg, parsley, sage. Okay, now I'm thinking of a bunch. Right, but whatever it is, now I'm getting hungry. You put those together, you could taste each of those flavors, and when you put them together, it's going to taste like something that you can't get from any other spices. That's how bands are.
Yeah.
And each one is unique. Every band is unique because of those individual members that only come together that one time in the universe in that way. And that's what we love about bands. That's what I love about bands. And the stronger those flavors are, the more you can taste them, the more it just revs you up. That's what I loved about Kiss when I started playing music. I heard Kiss when I was 5 years old. That's what made me want to make music, because there was just such intense personalities all coming together. The same with the Beatles. The same with any band that you love. I would say it's like a combination of spirits that become greater than anything that one person can ever give, and that unified thing, it just energizes and lifts our spirits, and I know I sound all hippie-ish, but it's true. It is absolutely true. So what should people expect, or what do I think people can expect or what we sound like, or we just sound like us. And if you know us individually, you put us together, it works.
Yeah. And I was going to say in your life, so I mean, obviously the Madness is out, so the fans kind of know that one. So that one was really going over really well. But for you personally, is there a particular track that you're enjoying playing the most on stage right now?
Different ones for different reasons. The guitar geek in me loves fancy solos like Somber, Echo of a Scream, Afterburn.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I just want to really lose myself in a song, it could be Won't Let You Down, Changed Man. Yeah, each one has something.
Yeah.
So what is my favorite right now, this moment? Well, sometimes I say Won't Let You Down, but it could change.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing about songs. You know, they're a soundtrack to whatever you're feeling. So whatever you feel at that time, if, you know, it could be 1,000 Degrees, could be Dance with the Devil, depending on how you feel.
And I think that's a sign of a good album too. I mean, when you feel from night to night, there's something different in each one too.
Very cool.
And just for kind of moving forward over the next few months or so, what do you guys have coming up after? I know you got a few. I think the dates just through this week, right?
Yeah, coming up the end of April,
yeah,
29th at the M Resort in Las Vegas, headlining the Saturday night of Rock into Spring.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing that. Then we jump on an early morning flight, and we go out to South Carolina, and we play opening for A Day to Remember.
Oh, okay.
At a 98 Rock Festival. Charleston, South Carolina. And then after that, I'm going to join Scott on a solo acoustic tour, and we're going to run around the country together. And as soon as we finish that up, hopefully there's a slew of more Art of Anarchy shows.
Yeah.
I am doing, in early July, there's a week-long music camp that I teach at, called Corfu Rock School, Corfu Rock School. And Corfu is an island in Greece. So for 1 week, you get to go to a beautiful Greek island. We hang out and make music and talk about music theory and songwriting and distribution and promotion and publishing and vocal technique and recording. And we learn songs and we go out and play together around the island.
That's awesome.
So it is a week-long music camp. That's CorfuRockSchool.com. So that is in early July, July 4th to 11th. And then after that, hopefully we jump right on the road, and Art of Anarchy has shows. I'm hoping. You know, we're at the mercy of promoters,
yeah,
booking agents, and all of that. So it is in their hands. Our fate is in their hands, and hopefully we can be playing everywhere and all the time.
And I know you seem to always have so many different interests and so many things going on. How do you find the time to really balance everything?
Juggling.
Yeah.
You become a very good juggler. And most musicians are very good jugglers. Between Art of Anarchy and solo stuff and workshops and hot sauce and everything else. You just become a good juggler, and you know when you need to carry a ball a little longer and when you need to let a ball go.
And then for, when you start out, obviously, like you were talking about seeing Kiss and they were kind of inspired you to start out, but when you really actually started doing it yourself, was there someone in particular that kind of helped you discover the most of like what you could do and maybe that you learned the most from?
Well, when I heard Kiss at age 5, I knew that that's what I wanted to do with my life, and by the age of 6, I was doing it. I was always a DIY kind of person,
mm-hmm.
so I had a band together with an 8-year-old and a 9-year-old in the neighborhood, and we were writing songs, and we would make demos, and figured out how to make our own multi-track recordings using multiple cassette players where we would record the music into one, our little acoustic guitars playing a foot away from the recorder and the drums 10 feet back, the level, and then we would press play on that one and have it facing another cassette recorder, and we would put our faces next to that one and get the right level, and we would sing. That's how we overdub vocals. And that's how we made demos. And I would hand-draw merch. We would hand-draw a big logo of our band and hang it on the back wall in the basement, and I would spend on show day all day cutting up little pieces of paper into little bathroom paper cups and making cups of confetti for the audience to throw in the air at the end of the show. And we did everything a band would do. We didn't say, oh, I don't have this, I don't have a record label, I don't have funding, I don't have sponsors, I don't have this, I don't have that. We didn't think like that because we were kids. We knew better. So we would just look at what we had, and we would make it work. And we would figure out what we needed to do, or say we knew what we needed to do, and we would figure out how to do it. And that was a good lesson in life, learning that self-reliance, that's something bands definitely need. If you wait around for things to come to you, they will. You could be waiting a long time, and usually those things don't come until you don't need them anymore.
Yeah.
So self-reliance is something I learned at a very young age, how to do it all with what you have, and not to stop yourself, pity yourself, feel like a victim for what you don't have. Everyone has a lot more than they think. We have a lot more than what we don't have, and we tend to forget that sometimes.
It's true ambition. I mean, I think a lot of people just don't follow through on their goals.
Yeah, it definitely takes sacrifice and dedication and perseverance, and it is forever climbing a muddy hill while boulders are being thrown at you. And you have to be okay with that. And the little victories in between are worth it. And that's what it's about.
And then finally, just saying,
oh yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, that's fine.
For anything in life, if you want something worthwhile, it's not going to be handed to you. You have to fight for it. And if anything, the fight is what gives everything its value. Winning the fight.
Do you enjoy being able to kind of take some of the younger people under your wing? Like you said, I know you're doing the camp, those kind of things.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Definitely. You hear so many people with that cliche saying rock is dead, and they simply close their eyes. They're not looking. Every school of rock is full. There are bands everywhere out there doing it. And there's so many young people all over the world that are doing it, and it's fantastic that these days, through the internet and communication, that we're able to nurture these people and get in touch with them and support them and do so much more than we could in the past. There's a school in England called Bumblefoot Rock Project that takes children, sets them up in bands. They're writing, they're recording, they're performing. And all over the world you see this kind of stuff. So, I think back to when I was that age and how much it would have meant to me if I could have met any of the guys in KISS, or the Beatles, or Led Zeppelin, or Queen, or AC/DC, or Judas Priest, or The Who, endless list you can make of those names. And the fact that today they can, that's wonderful. And that's something that there should be a lot of and a lot more of. And
then finally, just any words for the fans?
Thank you. Thank you for your support. We couldn't do it without you. Grateful for every face we saw at all the shows, and for all the people that have been reaching out about the album, about the shows, about everything. And it's great having that connection, and we really, I speak for the whole band, how much it means to us. So thank you, and hope to see you all, many of your faces as possible, as soon as possible.